Hello and welcome, goddesses. My name is Tula Tzoras, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm the founder of the Areti Goddess Events, and I do these broadcasts weekly to empower you, especially through this time. And tonight's topic is a really exciting one, and one is that are very close to my heart, and it's all about how to access your unique gift and connect to your inner spark. And it's the one that, we forget about as life kind of knocks us around. And I don't know if you know, but I usually work with guidance, and my guidance today told me to address this topic, and as usual I've picked out a goddess card for us, which is once again right on topic, and I'm going to be sharing that with you later on towards the end, if you stick to the end. And of course, with this particular broadcast tonight, I just want to let you know that there is an online course that is available on the website below that you can download and have forever, and it also includes very powerful exercise to release any kind of blocks and the whole process, okay? And it's on purpose and passion, which is amazing. Now, of course, at the moment, there has been ongoing chaos, especially with Black Lives Matter and everything that's going on around the world. And what I want to say to you, Goddess, as hard as it is that the chaos around you and around the world doesn't have to be chaos within you. And, you might say, well, I feel really passionately about this subject, and so do I. However, if you're not in a position where you can directly help, then worrying about it, obsessing about it, or being, anxious about it will not help you or anyone else. In fact, the best way that you can help is with the topic tonight, in actual fact. So I just want to let you know that I, for one, have always been driven by inspiration, and I can honestly tell you from a first-hand experience that nothing beats doing what you love. Absolutely nothing. And how do I know this? I know this because, over 70% of people actually hate their jobs. And now, with the situation as it is, having been placed in isolation and lockdown, a lot of us have lost our jobs. And if you're not directly affected by this crisis in terms of illness, which I hope that you're not, and if you are, I really feel for you, then it is actually a time where we can perhaps, even having, especially if we've lost our jobs, and if you're in Australia, well, the government will support you, but it is a time that many of us have reflected on something that we've always wanted to do, and especially online, because online business, can I tell you, has increased by 600%. Okay, so that is something really good to know. And a lot of my friends have actually reaped the benefits and felt the benefits of what it has been like to be able to work from home in your own time, in your own space, and they are loving it. And I can tell you that I work from my home office and I work for myself and I love it. In actual fact, I was featured, a video of mine was featured on Inspirational Women Online for FACTS, the government organization, and you're welcome to watch that if you want some added inspiration, okay? Now, the thing is that, of course, we do have, when I mention life knocking us about, there are other people that have instilled beliefs in us that I call limiting beliefs and blocks to what it is you actually want to do. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that as we go along. Now, as it happens, if you have been inspired to do something of your own, to start a business, or if you have started a business, especially online, or if you have already got a business that is ongoing from before this whole crisis, well, I want to invite you to submit to the 2020 case study for the rise of the female leader and be featured, Goddess. So make sure you get in touch with me, okay? Because what we're going to do is actually feature you, and then again in 6 months' time, and see how you're traveling and how you're going, which is really great fun. And I'm referring up to my notes as usual if you've been watching these videos. And of course, the thing about power that I want to mention is that this particular session is about really tuning in to your personal power. And of course, with life knocking us about and limiting beliefs, our inner critic that says things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't do this, what do I know about that? It's not safe to start my own business, there's no security in it, I'm not good with uncertainty. I mean, the list can go on and on, okay? When all of that is happening, or even I don't have time to think about what I love and what my passion is, which is understandable, it's all normal, okay? However, you have a unique gift, because we all come into this world with a unique gift. And sometimes it is that very subtle knowledge that we have, or something that we've always loved, absolutely loved. So in actual fact, firstly, I forgot to mention, okay, if you're feeling in terms of power to really regenerate your power, what I suggest you do is watch the video on steps to regenerate your power on this actual channel and regenerate and reboot. Okay, the next thing is, if you have a very loud inner critic, what you can do is watch the free preview that's available on my website, aretigoddessevents.com, which will allow you to identify that inner critic, exactly what your labels are, what your beliefs are, and then a powerful yet simple exercise to silence and release that inner critic, and then tips to boost your confidence. So that is available for you free. Another video that you can watch on this channel again for releasing limiting beliefs is actually a video called Steps to Release Limiting Beliefs. So that's another thing you can do. Now, what actually happens is, with life as it happens, our mind and our soul go into war. So our soul is that quiet voice that is tuning us into our inner power and our unique gift that we have to share with the world. So I'm going to offer you a challenge right now, and the challenge is to surrender your mind to your soul for this particular session. Can you do that? Because if you can, you'll get the most out of it. I'm going to run through some great tips with you soon. Now, the first thing I want you to do, excuse me, and you may have to stop and start this video later on when you can replay it. Okay, but the first thing to do is actually sit down and make an honest list of the common reasons you have for not doing things, or for not doing what you want to do or what you would love to do. So that is the first step. Make an honest list, and you'll have to do that separately. Now, I'm going to move on because I've got 10 tips to share with you today. And the first one is to list what you love in order of value, the value that it holds for you. So what you love, the highest value will be at the top of your list. That's number one. Number two, what makes you light up? What energizes you? What makes you excited? That's number 2. Number 3, think about where you're most focused, most interested, most or less likely to be distracted. Number 4, what do you think about the most? What do you go to bed with? What do you wake up with? What do you think about the most? Number 5, what do you talk about the most? You'll find that what you talk about the most is what mainly identifies you. Number 6, what do you love to listen to, watch, read about, learn about the most? Number 7, what is your most loved hobby? Number 8, what do your friends, family, others say that you're good at? Number 9, what are you good at? What do you think you're good at? Or what do you know you're good at? And number 10, what brings you joy? What makes you happy? Now, here's a trick. When you write this list down with the tips, I would like you to answer every question unconsciously. So the way to do that is take a few deep breaths, abdominal breaths, slowly and deeply in and out. Then, when you go to answer the question, don't think about it. Just answer it automatically. Whatever comes up first and upmost in your mind. That is the best way to answer these questions and get to your purpose, passion, your unique gift to share with the world. Now, Goddess says, there is a reason that I mentioned that if you're feeling passionately about what's going on at the moment, there is something you can do. And the best thing you can do right now is rise up and start doing what you love, especially online. The reason for that is, and here I suggest you watch Rise of the Female Leader 2020, the video on this channel. Astrologically, numerologically, in every possible way, this year will support and empower you to do what you love. Because this is the year for the rise of the female leader. And here's the thing, and how you can help is that our cultural survival actually depends on feminine leadership rising up to create a balance. Because if you think about the world as it is right at this minute, think about who has been leading the world, and it has been dominated by the masculine. Now, this is nothing against men and the masculine, because we do actually need a balance of both. But there is a reason that we have been the woman behind the great man, that for eternity we weren't able to vote, that we have been brought up to be subservient. There are reasons for that. And the reason for that is, in actual fact, we can do it, and we can do it better in many ways. Women are more collaborative, we're more nurturing, we're more strategic, organized. We can lead, and there are leaders who can demonstrate that right now. I think there are 4 leaders of nations in the world at the moment, and though not many CEOs of companies that are female CEOs actually do it better. So it's not a competition as such, even though it sounds like it. It is about creating the balance. And because there is no balance and we are where we are today, it's time for us, if we are passionate about our cultural survival, our survival in every possible way, it is imperative that we rise up to create a balance. So, Goddess, If you do have something in mind and you don't know how to make it happen, the Areti Goddess Online Program has everything you need to start your business. So have a look at that. Now, of course, after you access your unique gift, your purpose and passion to share with the world, the next step is to create an action plan. And that is actually part of the online course that I mentioned before on purpose and passion that's available on my site. However, there may well be a broadcast on how you can create an action plan coming up for you. Now, as I promised, I pulled out, according to my guidance, another goddess card for us for this week. And would you believe it's the most powerful card there is? And I'm going to share it with you now because, in actual fact, it is the High Priestess. See if you can see the image there. Now, it looks like a dark image. So I'm going to read it to you, okay? The priestess is the direct representative of the goddess on earth. She has direct responsibility for functions that ensure fertility and ongoing creation. Priestesses often were responsible for ensuring rain, for the goddess was the giver of dew and of rain. They often tended a sacred flame, the embodiment of the creative spark of life. The High Priestess is the great goddess herself, a universal figure found in such diverse guises as Isis in Egypt, Kuan Yin throughout all of Asia, Athena in Greece, and Rhiannon among the Celts, or is it Celts? Sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly. This goddess is all-knowing and all-wise. She creates life out of herself and bestows life-giving waters. At the proper time, she takes life away so that the divine spark in each person may be free to continue on its journey. The High Priestess is a reminder of the innate wisdom in each of us, and that is what this session is all about. Is about tuning in to your higher self, your guidance, that inner spark, that quiet voice of the soul. She demands that we connect to the divine spark within and manifest in the world. So there you have it, my goddesses. With that, I wish you amazing success. Until next time, here's to the rise of feminine leaders. Namaste.